Oh my God. I have no place to put a 12-foot ice sculpture.
You are here because the outside world rejects you.
No, that is definitely not allowed. No.
I'm sticking my head under a sneeze guard.
And you ain't gonna have a head. How about that?
He's the wonder of wonder. How about that?
Disengage the simulator.
Well, you gonna hit me?
How about that?
So you just press down on the 5 key for 8 seconds.
You cannot come into the library using your pogo stick.
Calm down, baby. I'm sorry.
Good girl.
And that's off of the Mississippi system. So if you just do 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
Wait, you're in public?
That guy, the customer that you're serving, he sounds pretty cool. Do you think he would be willing to join in?
I can ask him.
We love WDUM.
WDUM, the dumbest station in town.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the WDUM. My name is Buddy, and I am your host. Joined today for the intro. What's going on, Sam?
Yo, buddy. We had an interesting experience not too long ago.
Yeah, we've got a special one for you today. This is something different. This is definitely in the vein of a prank or a troll, but it's not our typical episode of prank calls.
It was an investment. It was an investment troll.
It definitely was, and we had to put a lot of time into this and a lot of phone calls. Sam, you became aware of this person.
Yes.
This person that we spoke to on today's episode. This is a business coach. Mm-hmm. And Sam had some interactions with her, and you thought it would be a good idea if we maybe messed around with her a little bit.
Well, so yeah, what I'll say is this: I had some interactions with this business coach, and this person, the reason why I found out about her was because somebody else recommended her to me, and they highly recommended this person. They said, "Wow, this person's been all over on so many podcasts. He seems very reputable." So really, I had really strong word of mouth going into this. So I looked this person up and I booked an appointment for the next day. Within 5 to 10 minutes of meeting her, you know that feeling you get in your gut when something's just not right. And it just started to cry. It was an interesting psychological thing going on where I had both word of mouth going for me. So there was a lot of positive momentum going with this woman. But at the same time, she did this, that was weird, that was weird. And yeah, I became very conflicted about 5 or 10 minutes into it. And by the end of the call, I was just very confused. It was a very, very pushy business coach. And I was under the impression that, a business coach is somebody who has experience with, spinning up multiple businesses and is, offering their service to, help you potentially start a business. Right.
Right.
And, I was trying to get into, I've been trying to spin up, a side hustle here in Blunder for quite a while. I've got lots of management experience as a former mayor.
Right.
And I don't want to say exactly what the business was.
Right.
But I came to find out that after I met with this woman, I was so confused because what I expected and what I got was so different that I decided to do a little bit of a deep dive on business coaches. And it's not what I originally thought it was at all.
Yeah, you reached out to me pretty soon after your call with her ended, and you said, we have to do something about this.
Yeah.
You put out a call to action. And, like Sam said, this is a business coach. This is someone who, for a very hefty sum, $10,000, will coach you essentially to be a business coach. It's basically a big pyramid scheme, right?
Yeah. In the most roundabout way ever. So Yeah, again, I was under the impression that, like, a business coach sounds like it could be like a legitimate service, assuming that the person, had spun up a few businesses or whatever, and, you were launching a similar kind of business, then that could be super valuable. You're essentially paying for a mentor. But this pretty much was, I don't know if we should reveal like her method now or later on.
I think we should let it play out in the call.
Okay.
A little bit. But
she in the call, she didn't reveal how she plans on actually helping her clients out, like what her actual like services are.
Yeah, she didn't really get to that.
No,
because we threw a curveball at her.
Yeah, and but the way we found out what she actually does, so she's promising all these lofty things, like, okay, here's what's going to happen. Pretty much she does what's called high ticket sales, and it's a pretty common thing in the business coaching world, as we came to find out, as we, the more we research this sort of shit. And what it pretty much means is to find the handful of idiots who are willing to pay you an outrageous amount of money for little to no guarantee on the value.
And when I say this woman is well spoken, but she believes her own hype, which I guess you have to if you're going to be a business coach. I get that, but you'll see at the beginning of the call, you'll see she buys into her own hype immediately. She believes something that, to me, any intelligent person should really not believe and ask a few more questions about. But the way this started off was a few weeks ago. You had to fill out a form online to set up an appointment with her. And we've been talking about this for a little over a month, planning this and everything. And we consulted with Spade. We've been going back and forth trying to plan this. Sam filled out the request and arranged everything, and he used my burner phone number as the contact. Well, one day I was out on official WDUM business, driving in my truck, and I received a phone call from a number that I didn't recognize. I had been making some scammer calls that day, so I figured it was a scammer calling me back. So I answered the phone. It was her. I was not expecting to talk to her at all, and I was completely caught off guard. And we're going to play that first phone call right now that I received from, and you can tell I was not expecting to talk to her. I was completely caught off guard. And like I said to Sam, my name is Buddy, obviously. To get a phone call from someone and they say, "Hi, is this Siphon?" It was so jarring to me. I had to go through a Rolodex really fast in my mind. Wait, what is this? Who am I? So, like I said, I thought it was a scammer because sometimes scammers will call me back or you'll call them, then they keep your number and they try another scam.
Trying to think of all the times and places you've used Siphon recently, and it's like, oh my God, dude, which Dairy Queen is calling me back?
Right. So we used one of our many, many fake businesses to sign up for it. The first one was the International World of Ice, our ice sculpture delivery business. You hear us do a lot of prank calls that involve the International World of Ice. So let's play that phone call. This is the first phone call I received. And like I said, I was in my truck driving. I did not expect to get a call from her. You'll be able to pick that up on the phone. Let's play that. Hello?
Hello, is this Siphon?
Yes.
Is this hi Siphon? This is you booked a call with me now, a sales call about my coaching now. Did you get the invite into your calendar and the reminders?
I haven't gotten a chance to check my email yet, but I...
Oh, okay. So you booked it for now. Do you remember booking breakthrough session?
Oh, yeah, that was me.
That was your what?
That was my business that booked a consultation. Sorry, I'm driving right now. I was just confused for a minute. I didn't recognize the phone number.
No problem. So, when are you going to be, do you want to jump on this call when you land and get to your office?
So I apologize. I didn't know if the email went through.
No, it did. You booked it, and it came into my calendar, and then we sent a few emails. We even sent a private email this morning to your international world of ice at proton.me. That's is that your normal email address that you receive email on?
Yes, it is.
Okay, well, I don't know why, but okay. So when I actually have a bit of a space after that, when can you jump on?
I should be able to jump on in probably, I would say, like 45 minutes.
That works. I have a little space after, so I'll see you. Could you find this in your email, do you think, or should I email you again?
Yeah, you email me again if you want.
Sorry?
Yeah, you can email me again if you don't mind. I would have, just so it's at the top of the list, you know?
Okay, I'm going to change the time on this, and I'm going to I'll say that we're going to meet in half an hour, okay? It'll be 4:30. That's in 27 minutes. Is that going to work for you?
Yeah, that'll work for me. Now, I did have a couple other...
Give you more time.
I had a couple other coaches that I was kind of interviewing.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what your style is, how you approach it.
No, that's okay. Let's because this sounds really bad. So I just changed the invite to 4:30 EST. So in 27 minutes, let's jump on Zoom. I sent another invite, and I'll email you the Zoom link, okay?
Okay, it sounds bad on my part?
No, it's just you're driving. It's kind of muffled. So I'd rather just wait till we get on Zoom in half an hour. You know what I mean?
Sorry about that. We're actually delivering a sculpture right now. That's why it sounds so
Oh my gosh,
early.
sounds great.
Yeah.
Listen, so I will see you on Zoom in 26 minutes. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
All right, see you then. Bye.
All right, love you. All right, so called Sam immediately afterwards to discuss the phone call because I was not expecting to talk to her. I wasn't prepared. We didn't have anything set up yet. So you'll hear at the end of that call, I just made an appointment with her because I didn't want it to die on the vine. I wanted to keep it going, but I made an appointment with her that didn't work for my schedule and it didn't work for Sam's schedule. So we went back and forth a few times with this business coach, and I think we kind of got the feeling we might need to postpone it and try another business. She might have been soured on this, right? She might have smelled that something was up. So Sam went back in and made us another appointment, and we decided to redo things as a completely different company since it was already jumbled and we thought she might be suspicious of us. So we decided to use Surveys Unlimited. And if you haven't yet, you should go back to episode 197 of WDUM, which is, I'm sorry, it's episode 194 of WDUM Survey Inception, and you'll be able to get a sense of what Survey Unlimited does. But basically, it was a prank call premise where we start off a call and you loop the recipient into this endless chain of surveys. In episode 194, we kept someone on the phone for upwards of a half hour just asking her questions, keep transferring her to different surveyors. It went on forever. So we decided that was a pretty good company to use because it's so outrageous. Explaining it right now feels outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so throughout the course of this call, we threw so many WDUM premises at this woman. So many. I was on Discord with you, and you were listening in, so you were
that
helping
was
me
so
out.
funny. Yeah, like that was a lot of fun. It felt like I was NASA mission control, just which is what we typically do for silly prank calls and stuff. But it was interesting to do it nonstop over the course of an hour. To just being on top of every single sentence that was said, just like you could do that, you could do that. That was fun.
It was essentially a really, really long prank call, and you'll hear at the end. We had some technical difficulties towards the end where Sam, we were going to transfer her to be surveyed by the Survey Inception. We were going to put her into the Survey Inception. And
which sounds like a fucking what's that prison that they use in Superman, like the multi-dimensional cube or whatever of no return?
Yes.
That's what it sounds like.
Morbius or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were trying to put her into the survey inception, but it does end with closure. The call, it definitely ends with closure, and I don't know. I think we're ready to play the call. What do you think, Sam? Anything else we should add?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Hi.
Hi, Ryan. How are you?
Hey, not too bad. I'm trying to get my camera going here.
No worries.
Always gives me a problem. I usually use Google Meets for our stuff.
Funny. Google Meets is what gives me a problem. Everybody's different. So I'm just going to pull up. I think you filled out that. It's a while ago. You kept rebooking this, I think. And
yeah, I apologize.
It's okay. No worries. I'm just going to go find it. Survey Sun. That was yours. Okay. Let me find that out. Now, where did we meet again?
I found out about you. We haven't met yet. Yeah.
You found me, like, you heard me on a podcast or something?
No, it's a pretty interesting story, actually.
Well, I want to hear it. You've intrigued me. Now I'm all ears. What happened?
I'm sure as we talk,
you'll fix your camera.
Hold on.
So anyway, while you're fiddling with that, tell me how you found me.
So, like I was saying, as you'll find out as we talk, I'm sure, things have been kind of tough. This is a family business, and I've kind of hit rock bottom the last 6 months or so. And I would say about 2 months ago, I was drowning my sorrows, like bottom of the barrel. There's this bar. So we're based out of Waltham, Massachusetts. I don't know how familiar you are.
Oh yeah, that's famous, Waltham, isn't it?
Yeah, right near Boston. Yeah. So I hang out in Boston a lot. My family's from around here. I was at a bar, Sullivan's, and just by myself, drinking, depressed, looking for something to get me to the next level, looking for something to pull me out of this and help my business. It's all based around my business because this is a family business. I kind of have to keep it going. My dad's still around. He's the guy. He's the one who started this. As I was at the bar, essentially sobbing, kind of telling people, I was talking to people at the bar, kind of sharing with them my problem. I'm actually getting emotional talking about it right now. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Then what happened?
So I was telling a group of people that were sitting at the bar about my problem, how I need to take my business to the next level. And I'm not kidding. All of a sudden, I felt a calm, reassuring presence. And this guy that was sitting a couple stools down from me, the person in between us got up to use the restroom, and he slid over a piece of paper, and it said your name on it.
You are kidding me.
No, he had heard everything. I assume.
Oh my goodness. I just got goosebumps. Who was the guy? Did you get his name?
He slid the paper over. He said, "Look her up." And he got up, left a $100 bill on the bar, and he walked away.
What, $100 bills for you?
No, to pay for his tab.
Oh, and you didn't know who that guy was?
No, he was around us for the night, you know what I mean? But I wasn't really, I guess he was just listening.
That is the most incredible story I've ever heard. And my name was on there, and he said, reach out to this person.
Am I pronouncing it right? Yeah.
Wow. That beats every single out. And when was this?
This was about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, maybe.
That's when you first. Okay. And he heard it, and he didn't tell you his name. You didn't say, "What's your name, buddy?" Nothing.
I didn't, honestly. I'll be completely honest with you. I was drinking.
You were drinking, but he wrote it down.
He wrote it down, and he slid it across the bar to me. It was like a sign.
Oh my gosh! I wonder if that was a client of mine or something.
I mean, I would assume. Have you worked with anybody in this area?
Worked with people in a lot of areas, but a lot of people know me. So maybe he was on a webinar, or maybe I worked with him in the past. I don't know, but he knew who I was. Okay, so Wow. Okay, so can you figure out that picture or not?
Hold on. Sorry, I got kind of.
No, I mean that's an incredible story.
Start
Okay, so
video. Hold on, start
while you're
video. No,
What?
every time I click start video, it says enable
Oh, so-
camera
And
access.
can you enable the camera? And you must be a pretty techie guy because you run a surveys company, right?
Yes, I do. And this
So
happens.
you
This
can't figure-
happens
I
with
don't know.
Zoom. This is my I'm at home right now. I'm not at the office.
Still. This is bizarre.
What-
I've never get their camera on. So
Hold
it's
on.
strange.
Can you see me now?
Oh my goodness. Yes. Wow.
Oh, not many women say "Oh my goodness" when they see me. So thank you.
That was a long wait. Okay, well, Ryan, nice to see you. Okay, well, first of all, I was almost in tears when you told me your story. Now I have a question. You do realize working with us costs money, right?
I do.
Okay, good. Because I know you know that, but sometimes people book and you're going to help me, but I have no money. So why don't you? I think that story is incredible. Wow, I wonder who that was. God bless him. So why don't you tell me? Tell me about your business, and so what's going on? Just catch me up.
So we're Surveys Unlimited, and we're a small business. My dad started in 1984.
Oh wow!
And we're a survey company. We're a survey consulting firm, and we specialize in a kind of unconventional line of work. My dad created it. We survey surveyors who are actively evaluating other surveyors.
Wow.
So it's kind of a meta-level quality control. And it was originally intended to fill a unique oversight gap in the market research industry. But demand has been very inconsistent, and that has resulted in ongoing struggles.
Got it. Okay, so who are your normal? What are you making per month now with this business?
I am making, for per year, I'm taking home about 40 grand.
Okay.
Right now.
And is your dad no longer in the picture with the business?
He's retired. He's not well.
Aw.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're taking home 40 grand. Are you married with kids?
I don't have any kids. It's just me.
Oh, okay. So there's no kids. All right. All righty. Now, what were you making before?
I've kind of always been making this. It's a small business. My dad had his connections, and he was able to. He had a little more pull than I did.
Okay, so why the crisis? It's been at 40K for a while. You have to use your phone for the. You have to use your phone for the.
40K.
No, I know, but it's been how long? 40K.
Coming in.
How long has it been at 40K years?
I took over the business from my dad. I became the sole manager of the company, the CEO, 2 years ago.
Okay. All righty. What were you doing before this?
I worked for my dad. I worked here. So I worked here. I was one of the surveyors.
Wow. See, this is all you've ever done.
Yeah. I've had other jobs when I was a kid. My dad always pushed like a strong work ethic.
Okay. So, and what does your wife do?
I'm not married.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw a wedding ring on your finger. All right. So, okay.
Oh no, it's just that I just wear a little. It's like a black ring.
Got it.
It's a personal thing. It symbolizes.
That's the wrong hand. I can't remember. Okay. So this is the deal.
Yeah, it's just a cool.
You've been working with your dad forever, and you see that this is not direction. So that's creating a lot of stress and problems. You feel like you've hit rock bottom now?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, who are the clients that you have 40K? Who's paying you the 40K? Who are these clients?
So usually the clients that we get are survey companies, essentially. We come in the middle of those survey companies. So we survey surveyors that ask questions. So when a surveyor calls you, like say it's a election time, right? And they're calling you.
It's that kind. It's not online surveys where you fill out.
No.
Surveyors, I understand now. So people that are saying, "Hey, what are you thinking about the elections?" Right?
Right. Yeah. So someone calls you. We listen to that. They allow us on the line to listen to that. Yeah.
So who for the 40K, who are the people paying you 40K? Which company, not the names, but how many companies are paying you per year now?
Right now, it's very small.
Mhm.
Small. It's usually business to business. They're one-off government subcontracts.
Oh.
Occasionally, there's an independent contractor there.
Mhm.
And like I said, there's connections that my dad's made over the years that I've been trying to maintain, but it's person to person. You know what I mean?
Right. So you're saying they wanted to deal with your dad and not you.
Yeah, my dad was the survey guy. So my dad claims he was the first person to survey a surveyor in the United States.
Oh, so he's the person that created this. How much was your dad making when he was doing this?
My dad, he had a nice house. He had 3 kids. There's 3 of us.
But it's 40. It's 40K now. But what was he making before he gave up?
I'm getting to that. It's one. I would say he made about 150K for his time, which was for
a lot.
Yeah, for what we were doing and for the life he was trying to build at the time. That was good. You know what I mean? And that's if I could just make that. He hung out with politicians. He hung out with senators, very powerful people. And I didn't have an interest in that aspect. I've always been kind of my own person. I'm a musician as well.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Are you a music fan?
Well, I like a lot of different music, yeah.
What kind of music do you listen to?
I listen to all sorts, opera, classical. I like actually I like Motown and 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s.
I love Motown. Alternative rock, punk feel, but with that Motown feel. It's awesome.
Right.
It's awesome.
Right. I actually like old Motown. I like old Motown from the 60s.
Oh, no, me too. Me too. Yeah. But you got like just as something that's coming out now, you know?
Right.
I'm feeling a connection here already that we.
Okay. So this is the thing. As you're talking, I'm wondering if there's something happening in the world with AI and everything that people aren't seeing the value of this. Is this what's happening? Is that they're not seeing, or is that your dad was just a really good salesperson? What do you think?
To be completely honest, I think there's, and I've told my dad this, I think at one point there was, I don't think there's a lot of demand for people who survey surveyors.
Right. You
know what I mean? And we also,
I do. And
not
somehow
only do we survey surveyors, we offer a service where we survey the surveyors that are surveying the surveyors.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So
and
that's
we go
a
even
niche
steps on beyond that. So, I mean,
that's a niche market. So my thing is this, for this to be healthy again, right? You need to be out there marketing. Okay. Do you have like a marketing avenue that you go out and you get clients?
No. My dad was handshake, person to person. He was hanging out at the bars, at restaurants. He knew everybody, and he took me along. So these people do know me by name. They know me when they see me. It's just
okay. So this is the thing. Your business, it's going to go under if you don't market. You don't market.
Oh yeah.
So you either, and I can see why, you're having a crisis because you've never had to market it because you were working for your dad. He did it all. And he's like, hey, son, do this. But the fact is, if you don't generate new business, then eventually those clients, maybe you'll keep them for a while. But, and it's good that you're still making 40K because how many clients is the 40K? About how many?
In the last year, we have the election. So this was an unusual year actually because we had the presidential election.
Yeah.
And then we have a few other. Have you ever used a deaf relay operator?
No, I haven't.
Do you know what that is?
No.
So a deaf relay operator is when, say I was hard of hearing and I wanted to call you, I would call a deaf relay operator and I would sign to them on the computer and they transcribe what I'm trying to say.
Got it. Yeah.
And we had a really, really, really good contract with them because we would survey the transcriber. And then we actually had 7 layers outside of that where we constant surveillance. And all of that was aimed to improve their end product, and that meant a lot to me.
Yeah, that's great. Now, this is the deal. I don't know who that guy is, but I think it's interesting that he said, meet this woman. I help coaches and consultants and certain service providers. Now, you're a service provider, okay?
Right.
But it's more like online that I'm helping people. Does that make sense? Did you figure that out? So,
from what I gathered, you're a business coach. That's what I gathered.
I'm a business coach, yes. And that's why he thought maybe she can help you, because he was just at the bar listening and he's thinking, well, surveys, he probably thought you were talking. He probably didn't know what your business is. Did you tell him what the business was when you were drunk? Were you telling people what it was?
No, but I mentioned it's a family business, and I think I was crying too much to. So
he was probably just thinking, okay, let's just see if it can help. And I don't know who that was. I'd be very curious to know who that was.
Yeah, tall guy. From what I remember, it was like I don't know if you ever heard of Sullivan's. It's a famous.
No,
yeah,
I don't know who it was, but there are thousands of people know who I am because they watch my videos. Okay, so this is the deal. You don't seem to have a process to get new clients with this, right?
Right.
And you really don't know how to do that because it was your dad knew everybody, right?
Right.
That's not a marketing strategy, and you can't replicate right. So you're correct. Unless your dad said, "Hey, son, this is how you go generate stuff," but that's not what he taught you, right? So you don't know how to go, and I don't know how to go. That's not what I coach on. I coach on online business now. Okay. So I have a question. What are you going to do when this doesn't make much money?
Honestly, the option is to close the business and for me to take what little money I have and maybe go back to school, try to better myself and, become something, because I feel like I'm nothing right now. And I feel like I know I'm not nothing.
Yeah, I get it though. But you're depressed and you're stressed about this, and that can make you
very stressed. I don't know if you can see that I have up here. I have when I'm stressed, I get acne.
Oh, I can't see. It's very far away.
Oh, that's good. I've been self-conscious.
Also, I can't see your mouth because this big microphone is in there the way. And they put the microphone down a bit. Yeah. Is this your microphone for your music that you're using here?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So this is the deal. I personally can't help you save this business because I don't know enough about unless you said to me, well, actually, let's think about this. Do you know the types of companies that you would have to reach out to save this business?
Yeah, it's
who are they?
Oh, actual companies?
Yeah, okay, let me just do a search. Maybe I can help you. I just want to see something. I'm going to go on LinkedIn. So on LinkedIn, what would be the type of company that you would have to reach out to get business from?
Political research.
Political research companies?
Media research.
Do you have a way of finding the names of these places?
Honestly, it's my dad's black book.
Did he give you the black book?
He did.
Okay, so your dad gave you a book with political research groups.
With his contacts in different market research teams, yeah.
Have you reached out to all the people in the black book?
This is a problem I'm running into in many aspects of my life. People are not answering the phone. And
okay. So that would maybe make me think that maybe they're not needing this as much as they used to.
Right. So I've tried to think of different ways we could adapt the business. Like I have 12 surveyors. We have a surveyor supreme, and then we have 11 other surveyors under him. And they have different tiers and specialties that they work in. But I've been thinking a lot over the last 2 years, what else can we do? What else can we turn this into? How else can we branch out? Can we do our own surveys? Can companies hire us to be the ones that are cold calling people and delivering the actual frontline survey questions? And then we also have the built-in process to survey the surveyor that's administering the survey. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we can survey that person and that person.
Maybe they're not using cold calling surveys as much as they used to.
I don't think they are. I know I personally got a ton of political survey phone calls.
Okay, I didn't, but maybe they don't know. Okay, but that's just around the election, right?
Yeah. Who did you vote for, if you don't mind my asking?
I didn't vote at all. I don't vote.
Oh, then you can't complain.
I'm not complaining.
No, I didn't say you were, but I'm just.
No, I'm saying that's probably why they don't reach out to me because I don't register because I don't want all that mail. Yeah. So, okay. So this is the deal. I think I did get a few texts. I did get some texts from different people. Actually.
Well, it's okay. You don't have to. If you didn't, you don't have to.
No, I'm saying I'm just trying to remember, but I didn't get any cold calls at all.
Yeah,
okay.
I got a ton, honestly, and I don't know if it's because I'm in Massachusetts. It's a very liberal state.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. Okay. So if you've reached out to all of these contacts that your dad knew, and he knows better than me, and they're not answering, I don't know who you would reach out to. Like you would have to find political groups and reach out to them. But it sounds like you've done a lot of work doing this, right?
I have.
Okay.
I mean, I go into work at 7 in the morning. I'm a hard worker. I've always prided myself.
Right, but what are you doing every day? Like what are you doing every day? You're just trying to get clients every day?
No, I'm not personally trying to get clients every day. We are researching. Occasionally, we help with surveys. We do a lot of stuff with the community college around here.
Oh, really? What are you doing with the community college?
Surveys. We survey. So community colleges, they do a lot of. I should have mentioned that before. That was one of my dad's contacts. He works with Bunker Hill. Sorry, Bunker Hill Community College. Are you familiar with them?
No, but that's one of your clients, right?
Bunker Hill Community College. I wouldn't call them a client. We work with them, and whenever a need for a person to survey a surveyor comes up, they contact us and they throw the business our way. But day to day, I go in and I actually teach a class there on Saturdays. So I do have a second job.
Oh, okay. What do you teach? Tell me what you teach.
Marketing.
Wait, you teach marketing?
I do, but it's survey marketing.
I understand.
So it's just survey marketing. And to be honest, I teach a 2-hour class every Saturday. It is a 2-hour advertisement for my business.
Right. Okay. But those are not your clients in there.
Nobody has signed up. I've been doing this for 2 years.
No, because you're teaching students that are not your client. You need political groups as your clients. So it's a 2-hour
media marketing.
But at least what are they paying you to do the class?
Comes out to like $27 an hour.
Okay, so you need to figure out, do you want to continue with this business? Because what you could do is you could just keep it going. If 40K is not nothing, and do something, because what are you doing all day long then if you don't have a lot of business? What is you said you're a hard worker. What do you do every day that needs to be done?
I'm at the physical building. I do make calls to places and try to pitch us. And I survey the people that occasionally I'm brought in to survey. If someone's out for the day, I do survey a survey.
Oh, okay. All right. So now you're paying for an office as well?
Yeah, the rent is $1,200 a month. We do a shared workspace. We don't need a ton of space, obviously, because we don't have any physical.
So why do you need an office at all? People aren't going in there.
I probably don't.
Well, why don't you save the $1,200 a month and get rid of the office and be virtual?
It's the place my dad used for years, and I've just been.
I think that maybe I'm here to tell you got to maybe move on from that.
No,
because
you're probably right.
$1,200 a month just because your dad used it, that's not a good reason.
It's very true.
So if I were you, I would just give. When can you get out of that lease?
The next lease we sign is in September, and we can make it to September because summer is actually a pretty busy time for us because more people are home.
Okay,
Teachers
then if I were you, I would plan to cut out in September and save yourself $1,200 a month, right?
Okay.
That's just a lot of money you don't need it. Nobody's going into the place, right?
Right.
And I know there's a little stuff here because you love your dad. But the fact is times have changed that just because you love your dad, it doesn't mean you have to pay $1,200 rent that you don't need, right?
Right.
Okay. So this is the thing. Unless you figure out, and you are working really hard, and I don't know anything about surveys, really about your business. what I help is with coaching. So I have a question. Let's say you're going to start another business on the side, coaching people on something. What would you coach them on?
How to survey surveyors.
Okay, nobody wants to know that. Like, nobody's going to pay you
And
to.
my dad would argue with you.
No, I'm saying you're telling me, I'm just listening to what you said. You're telling me there seems to be less demand. Is there less demand? Or you, right?
There's essentially no demand for for a surveyor. Our business slogan is we ask the people who ask the people who ask the people.
Got it. Well, I'll let you tell me. I don't want to ask your dad because you're the one in there for 2 years and you know better than him now. Okay? So let's forget. I know there's a lot of stuff going on with your dad, but you're a man and this is your business and you can get rid of the office. And is he asking about the business every day or is he out of it?
No, it's a New England thing. It's like a family New England thing. I hear what you're saying. I understand. It's just the thought
you got to get out of the
clutches.
It's your business now.
Telling him, Dad, I closed Surveys Unlimited. I had.
Well, I'm not saying to close it right now. I'm saying just start cutting back. Get rid of the office space, right? And if you can't figure out how to get now, I mean, my thing would be go online and look online. But you saying that you look online at political organizations, political research groups.
Yeah, political market research groups.
So you're clearly, you're not dumb. You're probably all over this already, right? You're Googling and you're calling people up, right?
Right.
So you're doing this. What it seems to me, maybe I'm just here as the voice of reason. You've got to stop, paying for stuff that's not. I don't usually coach people on a call, but I'm just going to tell you. I don't want to ask your dad. I want to ask you because you're the one doing this, right? Mm. I'm going to ask you, do you believe that there's a future and that people are going to have more demand for what you've been offering for years?
There's a rose-colored glasses future where, this blows up and I am able to buy a bigger building or people can work remotely and I have this and we go national instead of just regional. Mm-hmm. That's the starry-eyed wish upon a star.
Okay, I have a question.
I don't think that's going to happen. Realistically, if I had to put money on it, and I am a recreational gambler, I wouldn't put money on it.
Are you a recreational gambler as well, but just not a lot? Yeah,
but just a small, very minuscule.
Yeah, but this is the thing.
Very minuscule.
You've just shared with me that things are not going in the right direction for a long time here. Okay? Right. You just shared with me your feeling is that this is not a demand that's going to grow in the future.
I don't know if it's not. I genuinely don't know. I have no idea.
The thing is this: instability. If you spent years trying to market this and you have not figured out how to do it, all I would tell you is to do what you're doing right now, which is reach out to political. That's all your clients. Do you feel like you've? Okay, I have a question. Have you reached out to people nationally or just around your local area?
No, I've tried. I've tried nationally. We usually do local campaigns for like politics, for example, or we've tried media marketing.
And you've done national now, right?
Yeah, I've tried with Netflix. I've tried with all the streaming services pretty much.
Have you tried all the political groups all over America? Political research groups?
Probably a good chunk of them, but I mean, there's so many.
Okay. You haven't had really any luck, right?
No.
Okay. It's not luck. It doesn't seem to me from what I believe you that you're not lazy. I believe you when you tell me you're not lazy. I'm on your side. So if you're not lazy and you're doing the work, there is not a lot of demand. Are we good on that?
Yeah. Oh no.
Or you've been lazy and sitting around all day. Which one?
No.
Okay. So I'm believing you that you're not lazy.
Give off that impression, I hope.
No, of course not. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I believe you. Therefore, I am working out. There doesn't seem to be a lot of demand here.
Well, you tell me. You're obviously a successful person.
I'm a successful person, and what you're doing.
Any need for a meta surveyor?
I don't.
For
Not-
someone to
we're-
survey you, and not only survey you, but to survey the person that's surveying you.
No, for me, I'm a business coach. I'm an online business coach. I'm not a political group.
Now,
so,
see, I start salivating when I hear that because I think there's so much potential there for a meta surveyor.
yeah, but why would I want that? I don't need surveys.
Because we do something that nobody else in this country does. We will analyze everything that you pitch and everything that you say, and while we're analyzing everything that you're saying, we analyze the responses to it, people's tone of voice, and not only do we do that, we analyze the person that's surveying you. No stone will be left unturned.
Okay, but I'm just like, okay, I'm coaching people. So what are you talking about? Like every single reel, how do you see the reactions of people? I put reels out on social media, like videos. What's the surveying of that?
The survey would take place, say you and I are talking right now, and I'm not trying to pitch anything.
No, I'm just trying to understand because maybe there is an
appreciate that. Say you're doing a coaching call like you're doing with me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Someone else would be listening.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I'm the customer, you're the person selling your product, your business coaching. When we hang up, the surveyor will ask the customer a series of questions, and you use that information that we gather to better yourself and better your pitches. And we've seen some good results.
No, it sounds good, but coaches aren't going to pay for that. Like, because they're like, I'm good. Do you know what I mean? Like, even though it's valuable, I'm just thinking, why would I do that? Right?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
You know what I mean?
I hear you.
That's the point. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Okay. However, I mean, what about like financial advisors? I mean, would financial advisors need this? You're going to serve.
Yeah, absolutely. They give us. So, say we were to work with you just as a fictional scenario. You would tell us exactly what you're hoping to glean from our information, and we will target that information. And then, like I said, not only is someone targeting that information, you have 7 levels above that, ensuring that the information is accurate and as good quality information as possible.
Right.
That information is going through 7 layers.
Okay.
And I don't believe in AI.
Well, you're going to have to because it's going to take the world up. This is the thing.
Oh, it's going to be the end of the world. I believe it exists. I think it's going to be the downfall of
No, but
humanity.
you can't believe in it or not. It just is. It's just there. Right?
I mean, I shouldn't say I don't believe in it. Obviously, I don't believe.
You don't like it.
I believe it exists. I don't support it. I don't use it myself.
Okay. Well, this is the thing. What you just explained to me, AI can do. So yeah,
but it doesn't have that personal touch, though.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't have the personal thing. So let's run this by me again. Let's say you reached out to financial advisors and you said, "Hey, first of all, you have to explain it better because the 7 layers." I'm like, well, why do we care, right? Do you know what I mean? I'm just being honest. So we are going to survey your customers to hear what they really think. Is that kind of the pitch?
Yes, and we want to ensure that the person taking the survey, we hold our surveyors to extremely high standards.
Okay, let's forget the standards. Let's just figure out what the delivery. You're all on the standards like nonstop. I'm trying to figure out what's the value here. Yes, standards are great. Let's leave that for now. Okay, but let's say you reached out to financial advisors. What's the pitch? What's the pitch? Hey, we are surveyors and we can survey your clients to see what they really think about you. Is that kind of the pitch?
It's not, to what they think about the service. How could the service
be better?
Every single little word, every phrase, tone of voice, everything is analyzed, everything is surveyed. Even if it's something, hey, you called me honey or something, right? People may not like that. Every little part of the conversation can be dissected and can be examined.
Okay, so where are you applying?
What I like to think of, have you ever watched the show Forensic Files?
No, I haven't. So
it's like a Dateline type show.
Yeah,
we are Dateline for surveys.
Okay, so let's say they're like, "Yep, we do want to know." So then you are going to then call their clients and survey them, or You're going to be on a call where the client and them are both on the call at the same time.
Right.
Is that it?
Okay. The client, a financial advisor is on the phone with a client. They're counseling them. We're listening. That's one of the surveyors. Before the prospective client hangs up, we're going to ask them to stay on the phone because we're going to ask them a series of questions. Those very specific questions that we ask in the first round of the meta survey helps build the foundation for the next layer of questions. And basically what it comes down to is improving the overall service delivery. So like I said, every single part of the conversation is analyzed. The customer is analyzed. The customer's responses are analyzed. Everything is analyzed to the word.
Got it.
And we try to counsel people based off that, or they can forego our counseling and they can just use the raw data that we provide for them. People liked this, they didn't like that. They liked when you
have you tried to reach, this is what look, working with us is $10,000. Okay. So if you're like on skid, if you don't have credit, and then we couldn't work together anyway. Do you have some way of investing in your business or not?
Like I said, I am a recreational gambler. I do have about 30 grand that I can play around with. Personally, I don't let my father doesn't know that. But that's my money. I made that.
Okay, well, listen, I would.
I don't know.
Okay, well, if I were you, I'd stop the blackjack and get a coach. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, can I do both?
Well,
I don't have a problem. I've made money on it.
No, I get it. You're not like addicted. I get you.
I just play recreationally. And
I'm glad you have 30K. Your dad doesn't, because your dad doesn't have to know everything about you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No.
You know what? With love, I want to tell you something. I think it's amazing that you love your dad so much.
Thank you.
I loved my dad. My dad's passed away. I adored him. So I always love when people speak well of their parents. I think that's a great thing. However, you're your own person. And, I'm sure your dad wants you to be your own person in his own way. Ah, there it is. He's holding on to you. Got it. Because when you said my dad doesn't, you need to break free. That's all. Maybe that guy gave my number because I am a beast. And one thing I help people to do is gain their freedom. And you're kind of in the shackles of your dad. Now, to work with me, it's actually $35K for a whole year, or it's $10K for 12 weeks. Okay. But I would not take your money unless I would know that I have a direction for this. And I'm just trying to figure out what the direction is on this call. Does that make sense?
Right.
And normally I don't have to do that. Normally I know the direction. I'm like, sure, you're doing this. Let's go do that. But this is a bit of a different offer. So I'm just trying to think on my feet here about applications for this and who might have value, find value. So your dad is more or less, college and like political focus groups, right?
Right. Media.
Okay.
So some media.
I'm just wondering, you know what? I'm going to use AI, and I'm going to ask a question of AI because I might get the answer.
Please don't.
No, okay. So Google it then. Google actually uses AI. I don't know if you know that. It's been using AI for years. Do you use Google?
Yeah.
Did you Google searches?
Yeah.
Do you know they use AI? That was AI.
No.
It's all been AI.
No.
Google. Yeah. It's programming. So there a lot has been using
a fucking lie. I'm sorry to swear. Everything's a lie.
Well, no. What I'm saying is, AI has been used for a long time. They just hasn't been that popular. Do you know? Like, it hasn't been. Everybody uses it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's just a different form of AI than what we're used to.
It's a different form of AI, and it's more advanced now. Yes, but AI has been around. I had a friend that was telling me about AI in the 80s. In the 80s, he was telling me about.
Oh yeah, no, I had a guy tell me.
Yeah. So either you're going to just
buddy, hold on. My dad's buddy, he said that this was in the late 80s, early 90s. He used to talk about this stuff all the time.
Yes.
Like Terminator, Skynet stuff.
That's coming. Okay, so I'm just saying, we're living now at the same time. Sorry, what'd you say?
Skynet is coming, you think? Because
No, I mean the
believe
whole thing
that.
about Terminator and bots. I mean, they might.
That's Skynet. Yeah. Skynet.
Oh, I didn't see Skynet. Okay, so this is the deal.
No, Skynet is the interface that the Terminator robots.
Oh, got it. Okay, yeah. Look, we're in the present right now, and you have your life, okay? And you've got to fix it. And it's not your dad's life, and it's your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've already given you a big tip, and that is get rid of that office. That was worth the call.
Yeah.
That's going to save you thousands of dollars.
Thank you.
Right? I just saved you. Well, I just saved you. Let's see, because you would have done another lease for a year if I hadn't told you that, probably. Because you would have.
I was considering looking for.
Yeah, but you would have you wouldn't have done it because you got to hear from other people. So you would have. I just saved you $14,500 by this one call, right? Legit, right? Let's be real. Okay, so that was worth it. However, okay, so we need to figure out who could find this valuable. Okay. And then when you get on a call with somebody, when you're selling to somebody, is it all by phone call or do you Zoom calls?
Mostly phone or, like I said, face to face. That's how my dad always taught me.
All right. Well, forget your dad for a moment because you can't be doing face to face all the time. It's too time consuming. Right. You got to be phone and video, phone and Zoom. Right. And now you can do Zoom. Is this your office here or your house?
I'm in my house right now.
Okay. So your office is nicer or not?
Yeah, it's it's like a workspace. It's modern.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you know what? You still have a few months to use that. Let's see how that goes. But, when you meet with them, make sure it's well lit. You don't have something in front. You have to present yourself.
Oh,
with,
no, I wouldn't meet with someone like that. I just happen to be at home right now. I didn't mean
No, that's totally fine. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. The point is, we need to find other markets that might, I don't know. But I'm thinking who could, I'm going to Google. I won't use AI, but I'm going to Google. You do use Google, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to do a Google search. So let me just go on Google.
Yeah, I'm only 36 years old, by the way.
Oh, you're very young. Wow. Really?
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Amazing. You have your whole life. You know how old I am? I'm 60.
No way.
I am. Yeah.
Oh,
so
you are a beautiful 60-year-old, I must say.
Right. Now, the thing is this. You have your whole life ahead of you. You're a young man. Yes. And I know that you're feeling depressed and all that, but things are not that bad. Okay. You have a place to live. You have $40K coming in. Well, not really, because you have to pay those people, right?
Right.
So how much do you actually make?
At the end of the day, like I said, probably about 35, 40.
Oh, okay. You're making that. So the business is generating.
Do we pay people? I printed some stuff. So my revenue is $220,000 a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're bringing home 25% about. Yeah.
Yeah. We do 8 project-based clients. So that's specific. That's specific. That's 8 in a good year. This is kind of a snapshot of a good year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not as bad as I thought. Like, which kind of businesses need surveys? I'm just trying something.
And we do 2 workshops a year usually.
Okay. So do you know, okay, what is all this?
The 2 workshops typically bring in about $10,000, but I'm also paying for the location.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait a minute.
Whatever.
Wow, we could do that online and you save all that money.
Right. And I know I know what you're going to say. You're going to say don't listen to your dad, but my dad always told me, he said get people together, good food, people all in the same room. There's a loyalty that
No, I love it. You can also do that. You can do that also.
Right.
Makes sense?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I get it. You got to get out of the shadow of your dad. So, there's other places. I'm just looking at surveys. Do you know Sentiment? Buy survey responses today, audience panel targeting. Start your survey. Okay. I don't know. Do you know who your competitors are?
I'm ashamed to say I don't.
See, I'm starting to see the problems here. Okay. So also your accounting is just on a piece of paper. You don't have it on a spreadsheet somewhere?
Oh, no. This is just something I figured we would need this. So I just printed it out.
Oh, good. Oh, thank you. You printed it out. Okay. Well,
this was just for me. I printed it out at the office. And
all right. Yeah. Well, thanks for that. So let me this is not my normal sales call here. I'm just trying to figure stuff out for you here. Yeah. We saved you $14,000 already. So that's good.
Thank you.
Do you think you're going to let the lease go? You're going to be able to have the courage to?
No, I can't. I can't do another lease.
No. Why would you give $14,000?
That's if he keeps it at the price it's at now.
No. You got to get.
Estate is right now. He's
You
not
got to
gonna
get out
keep
of that.
at that.
No, there's no point. So businesses of all sizes. Let me see. Oh, well, here it is. I just Googled this. I'm going to show you. So yeah, I feel like I could help you because I feel like there's just stuff that you don't know what to do, like because you're not a business coach. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it would be, here it is. So we've got this. I Googled this. Can benefit from using surveys. Blah, blah, blah. You all know all that. But then it says, look,
Yep, sorry, I'm just
type examples of businesses that
Taco
Bell.
Wow.
Board. I mean, I actually, I can help you. I didn't realize that. Because this is what you would do. You would do the surveys for them, correct?
Well, we can, but our bread and butter, what we pride ourselves on is that we not only do the surveys, we survey the people that are doing the surveys.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe. Okay, I'm going to give you something to think about. Does it matter if you don't do that part and you just do the surveys? Can you just do the survey part?
We certainly could. Yes, we certainly
because
could.
Then you do the survey part, and then the surveys is a second.
That's who we are.
Right, but who you are might not have enough business now. Make sense?
Might not be anything anymore, is what you're saying.
So would you do surveying?
Of course, absolutely.
I think that
what has a major company like that.
Well, I'm not saying you're going to get this major company. I'm just saying major companies. But that just makes me realize there's a billion companies that use this. They're just giving you a few examples. So yeah, I just helped you because you're stuck in your dad mode, right?
Right.
Let's see what this is. 3 examples of companies that are killing it with customer surveys. A great example of customer surveying.
Yeah, I could have wrote this article.
I wonder who's doing it though. Yeah, well, this is the deal. JD Power.
We worked with JD Power. We were so JD Power. You know they give out the JD Power Awards.
No, I don't know that. It's not my niche.
It's probably something you've 100% seen it throughout your lifetime. Car dealerships, for instance.
Oh yeah.
Car dealerships will get JD Power Awards. I had a connection through my father, of course, to the guy that handed out and decided who would get the JD Power Awards.
Do you still have that connection?
If I cultivated it, yeah. I can, as a business coach, I could get possibly, and this is just I could get you a JD Power Award.
A business coach. Oh, yeah. You can get me an award. I get it. Oh,
Absolutely.
I get it. No,
I could get, but not just an award, a JD Power Award. That means.
And what do I do? What do I do with that? It's just good for like your reputation.
It means that you meet a certain standard of quality and excellence. That.
Okay, I have a question. You have this guy. When was the last time you spoke with the JD Power guy?
Not since my dad had the business a few years back. So, but I mean, he's like a family New England,
friend. Okay,
Massachusetts.
So you know this guy at JD. I'm intrigued now.
It's Bill Power.
Okay, so you know
JD
Bill Power.
Power's great grandson.
Okay, and Bill Power, you could say, "Hey, Bill, I know this great business coach. Could you give her one of those awards?" And he'd say, "Sure." Don't they have to do some sort of investigation or something?
They do, but it would be an investigation tilted, if you get what I'm saying.
Oh, no, you could fix it. Okay, right. I have a question. That's because you're friends with him, right?
Right.
But JD have no interest in giving out more of these, right? Like,
well, the more of those that they give out, the more they're. It's probably something now that I'm seeing it on this list that you pulled up. It's something I probably should have cultivated a little more. And I feel like a perfect ass for not looking into that a little more. This is the deal.
Maybe you need a coach. Maybe you should hire me because already I gave you like so much value, right?
Absolutely.
So maybe I think that already I'm seeing in just a sales call with me just digging in and asking questions, there's a lot of money on the table that you're because you're just stressed. You know, and you're also, you got dad mode here, you know, like not wanting to let go. So maybe you just need a coach to say, hey, let's think differently, right?
I need a kick in the ass, to be honest.
You do need a kick in the ass, and I'm good at that. No offense, but yeah. I am.
No.
Okay, so this is the deal. I think you need more than 12 weeks of coaching. Would you agree?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so to work with me is $35,000. However, guess what? I have an agreement in my contract that you have to make $35K because of me. So you can't lose. So I have to work with you till you make at least $35K because I'm coaching you to reach out to JD or whatever, or coaching you. You're going to like, well, and of course that's not all I want you to make. We want to make more, but at least then you don't worry. Gee, did I just spend, $35K and I'm stuck here and it's tough. No, I don't work that way. Right. Now, the fact that guy slid my name, and I would die to figure out who that guy was, because maybe it's just somebody that's watched my videos.
If I ever come, I go to.
Yeah, go say who are you and who you are. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. This is the deal. This working together would be a little different than my other clients, because you're not actually a coach, but you are a service provider. So like I just signed up an accountant. That's not a coach, but he's a service provider. And I said, I do see that. He goes, no, I see the value. We're going to help him get more accounting clients, right? Mm-hmm. So you'd be one of my sort of special clients that's not a coach, right? Mm-hmm. But you'd still be in the same group. You need community. You are all alone. Am I right?
Right.
That's not good. Okay. So if you came into my program, there's a community, you wouldn't feel alone. And I would have to work more one-on-one with you, because this is a different offer. But I already see I just want to understand a little bit on this call. And that's good. We spent an hour, because I was like, can I help you?
An hour already?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I thought maybe I can't help, and I would never take somebody's money unless I was like, okay. But now what I'm seeing is there are enormous gaps here. You've not done everything. No offense to you. You're just doing what you know. But look, right. JD Power, I would say, hey, man, before you reach out, I would coach you like, what's that discussion going to be like? Instead of, hey, man, it would be like, let's get our ask ready. And it's not, can you, JD Power, I wouldn't waste the call with me. I would. Do you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I could get you a JD Power.
Let's do it. But I mean, first, it's like, what do you need from it, right? Also, I started thinking, wait a minute. I'm just trying to think of other offers for you, Okay, JD Power is no, I've seen that, a JD Power award. I always wondered what that was.
Yeah.
Okay, and accolade presented to companies that have excellence in various.
It's almost like it's nothing, right?
Well, this is the deal. Yeah. Well, it's kind of like fixing it, because you're not going to survey my customers. You're just going to give me the award.
Well, I have basically my dad knew all the guys that ran the car dealerships around here.
Basically, JD would just hand them out.
Right.
There's always something going on, right? So you could say to the guy, hey, this is this multi-million-dollar coach. Look at all, you just look at all her, well, there is testimonials on, there's hundreds. So that's a survey.
I watched them.
That's a survey, right? So great, sure, you can get me one of those. Why not? Right? But now I have a question. This guy at JD, okay, now you're telling me that it's not all legit, right?
Right.
How much do you think people would pay to get a JD Power award?
It's car dealerships and businesses, they would pay.
How much?
10 grand easily. I've gotten them for people.
I have a question. Have you ever thought of teaming up with JD Power and saying, hey, I'm going to find businesses that I think are really fantastic, and they're going to pay me 10K, and then you get 5K of it? Or is that against their morals and values that people pay them for the award?
I think ethically,
people never pay them, right?
Yeah, I no.
Okay, good. I was just wondering. No, okay. No, because I'm just thinking, I'm just thinking outside the box here. Like, what can you, or maybe they won't know you're being paid, and you say, hey, can do they always look for people, or how do they do it? How do they get
they have a system in place where it depends. They give awards they have different categories. Look into it a little bit. It's pretty interesting.
I just looked at it here. Yeah.
Yeah, they do obviously car dealerships. They do cars, automobiles, trucks, I believe Best Buy, TVs, electronics, those type of stuff. Those things can all win JD Power awards. It's basically a quality award.
Look at this. While ranking decisions are independent, award winners may pay to license the use of JD Power awards in advertising
And
Oh,
if
you have to pay them to say I'm a JD Power Award person.
Exactly. And if you have an in like I do, and if I farm that a little more, honestly, I will be completely honest with you, and maybe it's just the point in life that I'm at right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even care about the ethics.
Right. Oh, no. Well, no, I'm wondering if they care about the ethics.
They probably won't.
Okay, I'm wondering. I'm just trying to see what's going on here. So wait. Okay, I'm getting it. So say I get a JD Power Award, right, for coaching, and I don't know if they give that. I don't see that. Marketing. Okay.
Marketing probably, right?
All right. Okay, but this is the deal. I can only say JD Power Award if I pay them to put that on my website, right?
Right.
How much is that?
How much?
How much
I think I could genuinely, I could just get it for you.
No, but then you could give me the right to use I'm actually thinking of bigger box here, not just about me. So let's say you got me a JD Power. Let me see. Does JD Power, I'm going to just ask, does JD Power, now, because I have an idea here.
Okay.
Apart from this, I'm not saying to give up what you're doing. Power, give awards to coaches. No, they do not specifically give coaches. JD Power is put for its customer satisfaction and quality studies, which are used to evaluate products and services like cars and consumer electronics. Okay, so they're not really giving it to coaches.
But
you could.
Could. Exactly.
Okay, wait a minute. Huh. They said they do not typically. Oh, but that doesn't matter. Oh, wait a minute. Coaching, not coaches, but coaching companies. All right. No, I was just trying to see if there's some play where you could open up JD Power and say, hey, would you like to start giving awards to coaching companies? Have you thought of that?
Never.
No, ask them.
Oh,
wait,
yeah. No,
yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And
if we could ask them that, you say, are you open to this? They go, well, I don't know. Say, you know what? There's a million coaching companies out there that would die to have an award showing that they're quality. Of course, you would need somebody to do the surveying. Get it? You could create a job for yourself. Does that make sense?
It does.
Get what I'm saying here?
Absolutely.
So there's another idea. So basically, I think that it would be worth you coaching with me for a year. What do you think?
So far, it sounds very, very promising. I mean, I'm looking at my phone right now. I have Billy Power on my phone.
Okay,
I could text him right now.
Don't do it now. No.
I'm just showing you that.
Yeah. And Billy's very receptive to getting on call. He knows you, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because there's something that we could bring to JD Power and say, hey, JD, are you open? Or what is their actual company? What do they do actually?
JD Power?
Yeah. Are they a rating company?
They just give out awards, as far as I know, for quality.
Wait, really? Okay. What does JD Power do? Because you could help them open up another niche that has millions of people in it called coaches.
Mm-hmm.
A data and analytics. Wait a minute. It's a data and analytics that focuses on gathering but they do the gathering. So why did you work for them? Because you were surveying their surveyors, yeah?
They didn't start doing the survey gathering until he met with my dad. My dad turned him on to all that.
What were they doing before?
My dad?
No, JD Power.
Oh, JD Power, they were still giving out awards, but they didn't have a system in place to evaluate.
Yeah, mainly automotive. I've seen that.
It's always car dealerships.
Oh, wait, they have financial services as well. Oh, wow. Okay, I came up with that on my own. Remember I said financial services?
Good job.
I was right. So, okay, I'm on it. No, that was just intuitive. It's right there. Look at this. So this is what I'm seeing. With all due respect, you have big gaps in your research, like huge, because you're just going around it. You need a coach. Because in 1 hour, I've uncovered so much stuff here. Look at this. Financial services.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Why can't you do what JD Power does and be their competitor for the financial services industry? So yes, there is a need for surveys. You just did not know that. Just because you don't know how to do it. There you go. Consulting.
I'm speechless.
Okay.
I'm speechless.
Okay. I can say with confidence, heck yeah, I can help you. Heck yeah.
Let's do this.
Okay, so this is just, I'm going to explain what the 35K year is and what you get, okay?
I don't have to
It's a
pay that
whole
all
year.
at once, right?
Sorry, no, you don't. No, I can break it down. But we do need 10K up front, okay? Can you do 10K up front?
Yeah.
Good. And I'll break it down to make it easier. Actually, you're going to save, it's all going to be good because if we break it down, I'll give you 12 payments instead of 6. So it will be 10K and then it's 2272 every month. You're going to be saving 1,200 of that. So it's going to be just like $1,000 extra per month once you get rid of your rent. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So this is all going to be fine. All right. All right. This is what it is. It is a group one-on-one hybrid. Okay. So there's a group, which is a good thing for you. You need people around you for goodness sake. Okay. And they're all high achievers. They're great people. We have a Facebook group, not 100 people. There's like 40 clients max in there. And what we do is I'm going to work with you to come up with, take these notes of what I just did today. Okay. What I went through, JD Power, all my ideas. Please write down the notes of what we went through today so we don't forget. Okay. We already have some ideas. Now there's a Facebook group. You're on Facebook, right?
No.
Would you get on Facebook just to be on a group?
Yeah, I could.
Yeah. You don't have to do anything just to be able to be in the group. Okay. Because what's important right now for you is you need community, Ryan. You need community. You need other people around you. That's not what you're paying for. It's just a perk. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's the perk. People love other people. And it's going to really help you because it's not a support group. It's just because it's high level. Now, what you're getting is we have several coaches. We have a mindset coach. And I highly recommend that you turn up every Monday for the group mindset session because it's just going to help your mind, right? And there's also hundreds of trainings on mindset. We also have a heart-based sales coach. So once you start getting appointments, you're going to have help on how to sell because we have a sales coach in my team, okay? Mm-hmm. We also have, you might not need the content and copy coach unless, you might because actually you will because I want to get you on, are you on LinkedIn?
No, you're going to kill me, but I'm not.
Oh, no, that's great news. But dang it, you are a gold mine waiting to happen.
Thank you.
Because you're doing nothing. Yeah. There's nothing. This is why that guy gave you my number. Now, why did he give him a name? Now I'm getting it. Okay. Because if we get you on LinkedIn and we get you on there properly and a nice photo of you, right? And what you do and then you can then do searches on LinkedIn you can do searches and find the searching is amazing there. It's targeted. Okay. We'll get you on Sales Navigator and I'll show you how to do searches. Then you can just sit there and you're going to get all these companies and the people in them and you just merely reach out to them from the comfort of your home. So we are going to do things the modern way. Okay. You got the dad way. Do some of that if you wish. If you like being out there and, wasting your time, go for it. But actually what works is getting online. That's when I made millions of dollars when I got on. I was like your dad because I'm old, but got online. I thought I got to do this. That's when I made a lot of money by staying at home. I hardly ever go out and I'm happy with that. I go out to go to my tennis clinic and to church and to things like that, but I'm not at events all the time. I don't like that. Dressing up, putting makeup on and driving somewhere to talk to people.
I'm not a event person either. Are you married?
No.
Do you have a part?
Yeah, my story is that I was broke and I was crying almost when you told me your story because I was where you were too. And I was like, what am I doing? And 5.5 years ago, I got online and I changed my life and I figured out how to get clients online. Okay. Now, some of this, sure, we'll use your connections and I want to go through all your connections and make sure we use every single one of them. But I'm going to strategize that call before you start reaching out to people. We're going to say, who's this person? What can we offer them? What can we get out of them? But in the meantime, we're going to get you on LinkedIn and you're going to start reaching out to financial institutions. Make sense?
Yes.
And you can say, we've been a survey company since 1994. Wow. And we've worked for people like JD Powers. Who else have you worked for? JD Powers.
JD Power in the 90s. We've worked for
political parties.
Political parties. There was the Patriot Party.
And then who else?
Flags Across America.
Okay, but apart from the political and JD Powers, what other companies have you worked for?
The bosses upstairs.
Oh, wow. Okay, this is the deal. You just need to go through your dad's records and look at, get a rundown of all the really famous companies you've worked for. Okay.
Wendy's, he did some work for.
Wendy's? Wow. Okay. So this is the deal. Yes, I can help you. Absolutely. I didn't know you weren't on LinkedIn and you weren't doing all this stuff. Okay. So yeah, there's hope here. So this is what you get. It's a year. If you haven't made 35K in the year, we got to keep coaching you till that happens. Okay. But
absolutely.
You know what? I don't think that's going to happen, but doesn't matter. We got to stay in the game till you got your 35K ROI, no matter what. Okay. That's
Gene,
in the contract.
I apologize. I don't mean to rush you, but I do have to go in a couple minutes.
You got to go. Okay, cool. Do you want to hear about the rest and then go, or what do you want to do? Are you interested in doing this?
I sure the heck am, and
okay.
I apologize. I just have an obligation.
No, I understand. And we've taken a long time here because I just wanted to make sure it's not a normal call, you know? Yeah. Okay, so this is the deal.
And I appreciate all the advice so far. So go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do this. It's all we need is a 10K payment. You'll have all the materials, but I have to, we're going to get you on LinkedIn.
Now, do we do that through, I do Venmo? I do.
Yeah. Do you have a credit card?
I do have a credrit card, yes.
We just do the credit card. So why don't we do this? It's going to be 10K, and then I will send you a contract. I will also get you into I'm going to send you a welcome email with first things to do, but I'm going to change what we're doing because ours is doing immediately we know what your offer is. So I'm not going to have the normal thing. We're going to just do a coaching call when I first get on. Okay. So what credit card do you want to put it on?
I have a MasterCard.
Okay. What's the number?
It's upstairs. I'm going to have to go get it.
Okay. I'll wait.
You want me to go grab it?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Sec. Hold on. I am going to, just to test this out so you can kind of get a full feel for what we do here. I'm actually going to pass you through to one of my surveyors.
Oh.
And he's going to survey you.
Right now?
Yes.
But we don't have time for...
Just to see how I did. Okay, so I'm going to run upstairs. I'm going to grab the card.
Okay, how long is that going to take?
It's going to take 90 seconds, minute.
Okay, cool. He's going to, wow, okay, cool.
Yep.
I thought it was like a long thing.
Nope, I will be right back. Okay?
Yep.
All right, yeah, so that was our discussion with the business coach. As you can see, I feel like it had closure. We didn't get to put her in the survey inception because she couldn't hear Sam and Sam couldn't hear her. So we kind of fumbled it a little bit at the end. But I cannot believe that this woman was willing to start a scam to get JD Power Awards.
I mean, she flat out asked her. It's like, this is not these awards aren't totally legitimate, right? You're like, yeah, that's right. She's like, okay, great. Okay, well, who cares? Who gives a shit?
And we brought up the ethics of it, brought up the morality of it, and she breezed right past that. She did not care. And she really believed that this mysterious guy walked up to me at a bar and just slid her name across the table. I mean...
oh, dude, she loved that. She loved that. She loved that so much.
She said she would die to know who it was.
Yeah. I wonder how much of that she still believes.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that myself. I wonder how much she thought about the business because, she was asking so many questions about, okay, who's your client base? And we're obviously just pulling stuff out of our ass.
Dude, the amount of times that she asked, like, but why would you need to do multiple surveys? And I'm so glad you just stayed in the zealotness of it and kept saying, like, no, like, it's going to be great because we're going to extract every single ounce of data. Like, when there was like a ping pong game back and forth. No, but like, why do I need to? No. You don't understand. We get everything, every speck of data that we could possibly get.
It's a constant state of evaluation.
Yes.
And she deflected me hitting on her.
Yep.
I still think at the end of the day, her plan was, in her mind, her wheels were turning, and she thought, I now have an in. If I get in with this guy, I can start offering people JD Power Awards
Now,
as part of my total package.
Yes, I think so. I think because she likes to build up her network with other people that she coaches. It's such a weird fucking. I don't know. It's strange because I'm looking at her like she helps her clients with proven strategies for marketing, mindset, and heart-based sales. But the amount of times that that you have a mindset coach as part of a business coach offering, which what is that? What is a mindset coach? Oh, you just got to get it right. You just got to get it right. You just need to want it enough. You just need to need it enough. You just need to want it. You don't think that you can, but you can't.
She definitely, I can only imagine someone that was actually trying to get her services, because she was a very pushy person. She wants you to whip that credit card out at the end.
Mm-hmm. She wasn't as... through earlier interactions with her, she did something where she had no problem pushing people towards taking on credit card debt, which is not a fucking good idea.
No.
Oh, dude, like if you don't, and you have credit cards, duh. Yeah, that's easy. Just that's why I don't like it, because it's definitely just taking advantage of weak-willed or weak-minded people who do not have good financial sense. It's sort of like making fun of and I guess at some point there's gonna be a fool for every business, but there's gonna be a sucker everywhere. But at some point, it's like I don't know, shouldn't you be fucking proud of the business that you offer? And shouldn't you offer something instead of trying to find the handful of weak idiots that are going to fall for your shit? That's why I wasn't a fan of it. And you know what? Just to explain a little bit more on the researching side of things, I was curious if maybe she's legitimate. Maybe there's more to these business coaches than I was originally under the impression for. Because who knows? Maybe they actually help people out. I don't know. Maybe it just would have been a bad fit for me, or maybe I just got the wrong impression. So I reached out to the people that she has listed as referrals or testimonials. I think I reached out to maybe 6 or 7 of them, and I think 3 got back to me. Now, granted, that's not super extensive, but none of them had anything great to say about it. I actually know about 4 people that when none of them said, no, it was not good. And those people said similar things. And those people knew of other people that had said similar things. So I didn't hear one person say, oh yeah, no, this was definitely close to the investment of $10,000. And then, dude, on top of that, she had an annual package of $35,000. And that she said that during the call. Yep. Now, having said that, she did say that, and this was a new tidbit, I haven't heard this before, but she did say, oh no, we're going to work with you until you make that $35,000 back. So, now most of the time, that would give you pause, right? But for somebody who's, I know, is sketchy and is totally fine with playing with ethics of shit, who's totally fine not being the most ethical person, nah. Dude,
yeah.
$35,000. You could hire a marketing company to do that.
If you have $35,000, well, I mean, at one point she says, "You are a gold mine."
Yes, she was excited when she heard. I think I remember she was excited when she said that.
Yeah, and just a little background for the people for everybody, because everyone's going to be listening to this, nobody's going to be watching it. But when we're talking about the JD Power Awards, I said I have Bobby Power, who is JD Power's great-great-grandson, in my phone. I quickly went into my phone and grabbed Sam's contact card and changed it to Bobby Power, and I showed it to her on the screen. I said, "See, I have him in my phone." Yeah, she was all in on the JD Power Awards. She really thought she could make something of it. Like I said, she wasn't as bad as I thought she was going to be.
Same.
I guess nobody does, but I don't really like being sold things anyway. So it was easy to mess with her. You know.
Yeah, and she wasn't as outright nasty from this initial phone call. I was surprised with that too.
So we are hoping to do more of these. So if anybody that's listening to the show knows of a coach or someone who offers a service that might seem a little dirty or scammy to you, please send them our way and we'll look into it. I treated this like a scammer call.
Yeah.
When you're talking to the scammers, you have to be willing to listen to them a lot and get them in enough to where they've invested so much in the conversation they can't just hang up. But I didn't think at any point during the call she was willing to hang up.
No. I mean, she did a good job spinning this shit up. I want to see, like, and I just want to find the most depraved business coach out there, because it sounds like they attract the same kind of person.
Yeah, there's got to be worse ones than her. There's got to be. I mean, maybe we even just get people on that are legitimately trying other pyramid schemes, and try to get them to explain it.
That's pretty much what business coaching is. Okay, so just to elaborate further on the high ticket sales shit, so they will coach you to sell your services at an outrageously high price. And then you have to spam a lot of different people. So just, shock and effect, cast a very wide net out. Hope that you get a handful of people who would actually pay you an outrageous amount of money. And then there's like the pyramid scheme of it is that usually in the business coaching world, those people that you're selling your services to want to become coaches in their own right. So there's this whole coaches coaching coaches and how to coach coaches to do coaching for coaching.
It's almost like surveying a surveyor that's surveying a surveyor.
Exactly, yeah. I'm kind of glad because in hindsight that we did kind of subtly put in some commentary on that.
Yeah.
And the information is not that good. I mean, that they offer is just, yeah, it's not there. It's not $10,000 worth of shit. $10,000. That's so much.
Well, if people would like to help us get to that $10,000, so maybe we can really hire this woman, you can head over to Patreon and look for WDUM and sign up over there for the low price of $3 a month. Get access to the Olympus sessions. That's a bonus show that we record. If you like what we do here, please go support us. Tell a friend about the show. And send business coaches and scammers our way. We'd love to talk to them.
Coaches coaching, coaches coaching, coaches going to the coach store and coach the coaches for coaching purposes. And when those coaches are done coaching the coaches, are going to go out to and find other coaches to coach. And
apples. We gotta do that premise again.
I like that. I picture the Stephen Strange multiplying effect when he's.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yep. Oh man,
shit.
Yeah. I really wish she was nastier during the call, but she wasn't that nasty. But so I am afraid that the call by itself, if you hear it, it's not that bad. It's not like you wouldn't think that this person isn't so awful. And I don't think that this woman is evil incarnate by any means, but it's from what I've heard about people who have worked with her. The services are just not worth it at all. And she, let me put it this way. On a scale of 1 to 10, buddy, how confident were you that if you were not happy with their services, you could have canceled them and you would even get a refund?
Oh, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. She would have been... And I think at the end of the day, it's just really, really fun to mess with people who take themselves extremely seriously.
Ooh, did she take herself seriously?
We don't get a chance to do that too often because it's usually someone working at Olive Garden, you know what I mean?
They're just like, oh, whatever, man, you know.
Throwing marinara sauce down the toilet. But
flush the toilet.
Yeah, it was nice to... This felt like punching up a little bit.
Yes. That's why I like this sort of shit, because if it's scammy or sketchy or whatever, then who gives a shit, you know? Especially if there's somebody that takes themselves too seriously, and, you know.
That was fun. It was a fun call. We're going to do some more of these for sure. I gotta start researching this. She wanted a J.D. Power Award, too. I was like, I can get you a J.D. Power Award if you want.
It's just useless.
Which we did a premise probably a year back at this point where we called places and tried to sell J.D. Power Awards. Like, hey, we have a J.D. Power Award. We can sell it to you.
That's funny.
I'm looking at this now.
Is that your YouTube channel?
Yeah.
90% of coaches don't know this. What's the fastest way from point A to point B? It's a straight line. Everyone thinks success is a zigzag, and they think you have to struggle your way to 6 to 7 figures. Well, this...
One of the first things you are taught as a human is that the fastest way to get from point A to point B is a straight line. I get what she's trying to do here, but...
That'd be $8,000.
Speak less, win more. The names of these videos are just amazing. Sit in the chaos.
Manifest, 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 and manifesting. Just every few months, whatever, we just stop by, do a call. No, I just really want to. So it's a phone service for the Amish.
And then that answers the question: who would use this? The Amish.
Yeah.
Well, we've done countless studies, and it shows that the one thing, the Amish are great at so many things. Building, farming. They have a very strong culture. The one weakness they have is if you can believe it, they don't have an internet presence.
Yeah. They don't know how to TikTok at all. Dude, imagine if like the Amish just win out in the end because they're not being destroyed by social media.
I was literally just thinking the same thing. I was like, they actually probably... I can only imagine in this day and age, dude, they do that thing... Oh, what was it called? We actually looked up what it was called when we did those premises, but when they get to a certain age and they spend a year in, like, regular society.
Yeah.
And can you imagine... doing that in the 90s is probably fun for them. In the 80s, it's still scary, but more fun. The 80s, it was probably not
at this
as
point.
jarring.
At this point, they just come back. They're like, "Yeah, I'll still be. I'm fine being an Amish forever."
This guy's like, "Oh, what did you do today?" "Oh, I farmed, however many pounds of corn, and I built a barn." In one day, and I did all this stuff. And then, what did you do in a day in regular society? Oh, I filmed myself dancing for a TikTok video. Fuck off.
Yeah, it's really gross.
And that wraps up the 201st edition of the WDUM. We did something a little different today. I hope you guys liked it. Here is a song by a band that we used to go see all the time called Grand Buffet. Enjoy this, and we'll catch you guys next time.
I was raised in a red brick house in a small town. When I was 12, I saw a bear get gunned down by my Uncle Michael and his Shriner buddies with their shiny rifles. I was quite maligned by my kin at the time when I was assigned in science class to find a bone fragment buried in the nature nearby. I dug the bear up and bleached its bones dry. Cries of protest flies upon the old flesh. I thought I would win first prize, no contest. But before I could claim my A at school, I had the misfortune of sorting through garden tools in the shed my grandfather built with carpentry skills honed at the Harvard Carvers Guild. Hard labor I was forced to do from the blue moonlight until the day became new. I reburied the bear with hands and a shovel. Then my old man arrived, removed shielding me from trouble. Traveling home, I heard the story of the secret seal of Solomon, allegory on an old cassette from a man I met at the age of 8. His face I couldn't forget. He was a member of the Scrolling Key when he was old as me. They said he rolled a stolen holly tree from the great city of Cologne to the papal throne at the Vatican of Rome, where a goblin sits on a throbbing fist full of gold that he stole from unconscious twits. Brown bears and building bricks, both symbolically masculine, classic solid shit. Very earthy, a dangerous marriage. A brown bear that could throw bricks would scare kids, but conversely a civilized bear with some masonry skills wouldn't care about outside affairs that don't concern him. Me being his brick house, growing, learning, throwing secrets out for all to find. Basically burning the eye of Horus blind. Viceroy and Plaps rip the royal raps. It's remix time, we're bringing purple back.
Oh, you're still there. Well, thanks for listening to the entire song. We used to go see them all the time. Great band. Too bad they're not together anymore. But I can't have you listen all the way through and not give you something at the end. And we shouldn't have an episode of the WDUM that doesn't at least have one prank call in it. So here is a call that was only available on the Olympus sessions. So a special little sneak peek right here. Head over to patreon.com, look for WDUM, sign up for the rest of the episode. This was a call to a lovely young lady who was working at the scam center.
Thank you for calling support. This side Jennifer. How can I help?
Hi, can I please have the fraud department?
All right.
I had an issue. I got a text message saying that my Apple Pay account had been used for a purchase, but I haven't bought anything in over a month with Apple.
Okay, and could you help me with that amount? What was that?
It was like $522, I want to say.
$522.
Yes, I believe so.
Can you just again go to the notification that you got and just give me an exact amount so that I can check it from my end?
Yeah, hold on a second. I have to look at it in my phone. How do I do that while I'm on the phone with you?
You can just put me on the speakerphone first, and then you can simply go back to your home screen and open the text message.
All right. How do I put you on speaker?
There must be a speaker option there.
Like my Bluetooth speaker?
Like a speaker button.
Hook it up to my Bluetooth speaker?
Yes, you can tap on.
Okay.
Yes. You have your Bluetooth with you?
Yeah, it's a speaker. Hold on, I'm gonna pair it to the Bluetooth speaker. Hello? Can you still hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
All right, you're on my Bluetooth speaker now. All right, yeah, the rest of the family's in the room.
Right,
There's the rest of the family's in the room. They're saying hi.
Say hello from my side too.
All right. What's your name, Jessica?
My name is Jennifer.
Jennifer, that's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
Do you have a boyfriend?
No, I don't have.
Really? Are you looking?
I have a family.
Oh, you have a family, though? You're married?
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
I'm married.
Oh, man. I thought we were hitting it off, too. All right, yeah, $522.19, it says, from Apple Pay was deducted from your Apple account.
All right.
I've gotten a couple of these over the last few days, so...
So did you check your Apple Pay? Is there any kind of amount has been debited or not?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Nice. Okay. So you want to cancel this, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. Could you help me out with your first and last name so that I can raise a complaint ticket against that amount?
Yes, my name is William. William. My middle initial is P. And my last name is Urine. Urine.
Urine?
Correct.
All right, sir. I have sent all the information to my security department to cancel that for you, so no need to worry now.
Okay, perfect. They're going to cancel it?
Yes, we have canceled that. And apart from this charge, did you get any other charge?
Yeah, there's a charge for $167.79.
All right. And when you got this charge?
Yesterday.
All right. And is there any kind of transaction ID or something like that?
There's a transaction ID.
Provide me that.
WDUM 737 118.
It's WDUM 737118.
Read it back again.
Out of $167. It's WDUM 737118.
Correct.
All right. And the amount you told me for $167, it has been debited from your account or not?
Yes, it has.
It has been debited.
Oh, I don't know if it's been actually taken out of the account yet, but it's on my. I got the text message. I don't see anything in my Apple Pay, but.
Okay.
What's your husband's name?
Go ahead and check with any of your.
Okay.
Why you are like asking me my personal questions?
Oh, I just like to.
Line.
I apologize, ma'am. I just like to get to know the person that I'm talking to, and it seemed like we were hitting it off a little bit. I thought you liked me. And you have a really pretty voice.
Thank you, sir. I have sent all the information to the security department to cancel that charge for you. No need to worry now, okay?
Okay. Are you happy with your marriage and everything? I know when you have a family, it's stressful, you know?
Sir, I told you this is the recording line.
Oh, I don't care if it's recorded. I'm glad. I'm proud of how I feel. I'm proud of how I feel. I don't care who hears it. I think I'm falling in love with you. Don't you feel it too?
And I'm just hanging up the call now. Good day.
What did you say, Jennifer? Jen? Come on, Jennifer. I know you feel it too.
I'm in the...
Come on, you know we have a connection. Right?